Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog. That's right, we still haven't moved this cupboard that's been empty since I set the new studio up into the other room for Anna to put her stuff in, but that's not what today's vlog is about. Today's vlog, we need to start things off by saying goodbye to Dave's long hair. Dave, you've got a haircut in about 20 minutes. How do you feel about that? Are you looking forward to your haircut? No? The next time you see that beast, he will look half the size that he does now because his hair is going to be coming off. He was supposed to have this haircut while I was down in London Thursday last week. I booked it ages ago. We sort of book them for every 3 months, and I'll book the next one now. I had it written in my diary, and then the whole going down to Sports Interactive thing was thrown together at the last minute. I completely forgot to cancel the dog barber. Dog groomer is probably a more accurate way of saying that. And got a phone call while I was down in London. I'm here to cut the dog's hair. Oops. So I think I'm going to have to pay a cancellation fee as well, because obviously I wasn't here and he wasn't able to have his hair cut. But now I am. Haircut coming right up. I've already had a very productive morning, 2 videos already made, and now I'm going to have some lunch and wait for the dog barber, who I think is due any time. Well, either I've got the day or time wrong again, or he's caught wind of the fact I'm calling him a dog barber and has not come out of protest. But Andy's going to be home in a couple of minutes. Dog barber still hasn't been. Dave is still a hairy beast. I really don't want to have to be out there holding Dave down so he can get a haircut while Andy's here and Anna's not here to look after him. That's far from ideal, and I definitely wouldn't have arranged that. So, I don't know. Well, as you can see, Andy is now home. Confirmation from his school. Dave, what have you just taken off there? Tissue out of Andy's bag. Confirmation from his school that he has eaten both Rice Krispies and custard and crisps at school today. So he's eaten properly at school again, which is good. Still no dog barber, which is bad. Well, he's here, which is good because Dave needed a haircut. The downside is now we can't open the garage door because I have my studio in there. Rather than plugging in his power for the haircutting stuff in the garage like we used to, it now has to plug in at the front of the house where the internet plugs in. Last time we did this, Andy really wasn't very happy about it, because obviously he likes having the internet on all the time. He's just said, Dave's haircut, then back on. I mean, he's completely relaxed about the whole thing. Are you alright, Andy?
He's back on now.
Yeah, we're back on. Once Dave's got to have his haircut, then it's back on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Now that might not seem like a big deal, but if you've ever seen him in videos before where the internet's gone off, he goes into complete shutdown about it. If you remember, nearly a year ago now, when his old iPad broke and he literally just crumpled up into a little ball and didn't say anything or really move at all until he had the iPad and access to the internet again. Here we are 9 months later and completely taking it in his stride and just playing a game instead, which to me, that's just fantastic progress again. Don't play in the settings, Andy. Andy. Not in the settings, that's not going to make it come back on. You just have to wait until after Dave's haircut.
Yeah, there's some out, yeah.
Yeah, so no settings.
Of course, yeah.
Because that'll break it. There you go, see, you can play Pac-Man.
Yeah, and then back on.
Yeah, we're back on once Dave's haircut's finished.
Play Pac-Man.
Yeah, play Pac-Man until it's back on. See, Pac-Man's good. I'll do some waffles once Dave's haircut's done, because I need to stay in here. Won't be long now. It's nearly done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My crisps finished.
Yeah, you can have some crisps. It seems going back to school has got him back on crisps. don't mention the issue we were having before. He's just gone upstairs to the toilet, so just quickly, it seems that the Walker's crisp packets aren't a problem anymore. They've still got the 70 on the front, but I think he's just decided and remembered he likes crisps, there's nothing wrong with them, so he's eating crisps again, which is a massive bonus. What is less of a positive is the fact that I'm managing to do the work that I need to do, get my videos scheduled that come out today by hotspotting from my phone. He won't let me hotspot on his iPad because the icon's wrong, so I won't let him get online. The icon at the top is different to the being on Wi-Fi icon, so even though it would allow him to get on the internet, he just won't do it. When we were on holiday in the tent last year for one night, we tried to hotspot his iPad then, and again he just wouldn't do it. We were all using the internet through our phones and hotspotting from our phones. I even uploaded the vlog from my laptop but via hotspot on my phone. He just would not have any of it because the icon was wrong. So if you're listening, Apple, can we make the icon for hotspot the same as Wi-Fi? That would be swell. Let's have a look at you. Stand back. Over there, look. Get in your bed. Let's have a look at you. Wow. Magnificent, David. You look very excited and hairless. Splendid. And the internet's working again now. We're not going to the cathedral. He's hiding in his bedroom. I think he's probably taken his clothes off. Are you coming down to use your iPad? We're not going to the cathedral today. We can go to the cathedral at the weekend if you want. On Saturday.
Shall I watch Cargo?
Oh, you're... Andy's bedroom window looks out over the driveway. The guy who was cutting Dave's hair was still parked across the end, just putting his stuff away. So Andy would have been stood on his bed, looking out the window, waiting for him to go before he would believe that the internet's back on, because I told him it would be after Dave's haircut. Now I understand what he's doing up there. I thought for a minute, building on yesterday, he might have been up there doing toilet things. But he's not taking his iPad or anything up there because it's not working. But now I understand. Are you done now? The car's gone now.
Oh, where is it?
It's gone, I think. Definitely gone. Oh wow, were you actually waiting for it to go up the other way? So not only was he waiting for it to leave outside the front of the house, he also, because we were in a cul-de-sac, knew that because it went that way, it was going the wrong way. You had to wait for it to turn round and go at the other end of the street. Are you coming down now? You can now hear him putting his clothes back on. Will not allow clothes in his bedroom. He sounds quite agitated. I don't know if you can hear him singing. I think it's a theme tune from a game show. You alright now? Why are you not wearing a shirt?
There we go.
There we go. Internet is working now?
Finish.
Yes.
There we go.
We all good?
Yeah.
Happy?
Good.
Good. I just want to check that it's working. Put a video on or something so I can see.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Goodbye for now. End of the vlog.
It's not the end of the vlog.
End the vlog. End.
Like I said, quite agitated by the whole thing. Just want to make sure it is working, because sometimes he turns it off completely and we have to put the password in again. No. We are good. Happy?
Yeah.
Good. Well, that day kind of turned into a little bit of a battle towards the end there. This whole getting him to take the vitamin supplement to play Burnout isn't working anywhere near as well as the trying some of our dinner to be allowed to play Burnout thing that we were doing. You might remember we tried milk for 3-4 days in a row and decided to give up on the milk and go back to Rice Krispies with custard, which is something that he was eating before. But we've done that 2 days in a row now and he is just not having any of it. We've basically ended up with custard soaked Rice Krispies on the lounge floor. The bathroom sink was full of them, where he'd got them all over his hands and gone up there to wash them off, and it was just a battle. I didn't film any of it because I didn't really want to. I mean, you've seen him resisting food now. We don't need to keep showing you him resisting food, but I think we're just going to go back to giving him a bit of our dinner tomorrow, because I'm not crying, by the way. Anna's just put eye cream on me, so this isn't a big emotional thing, but she's just put loads of eye cream because I've got bags under my eyes and she doesn't want me to look old, and it's making my eyes water. Yeah, so I think tomorrow we're just going to go back to giving him a little bit of our dinner, so one lick, one taste of each element of our dinner, and if he does all that, then he can get to play his game, because at the moment it's being like a half-hour, 40-minute battle, and I don't want food to be a battle. One of the big things that we've discussed with the dietitian whenever we've been in is that if it becomes a battle and an unpleasant experience for him, he'll associate that food, or even eating in general, with that unpleasant experience, and we don't want food to be an unpleasant experience. We don't want there to be any pressure on him to eat, because he doesn't respond well to that. So he was fine with the licking, and it was broadening his horizons a little bit, and he's not getting these vitamins into him anyway, so rather than us having a battle with him every night and potentially putting him off cooperation altogether and him still not getting the vitamins into him, we're just going to knock that idea on the head, go back to what we were doing before that was working. He'll have a little bit of our tea tomorrow, and then he'll get to play his game, because it's not as simple as just saying, right, well, if you're not going to do that, you can't play your game, because the game's now become routine, and it's that whole difficulty of, for a neurotypical kid, they can separate doing the good action and then getting the reward for it. For him, it worked like that for a couple of days, but as soon as it had happened for a couple of days in a row, the game itself became part of his evening routine. So now, rather than it being I do a good thing and I get a reward, in his head it switched round to, well, playing that game is part of my routine, so now if I don't get to play it, I'm getting punished for doing a bad thing, and he doesn't respond well to punishments for bad things, he needs rewards for good things. And yeah, it hasn't worked. He is eating the Rice Krispies and custard at school, so he's getting a little bit of a vitamin supplement into him there. And I think I'd rather, and Anna certainly would rather, go back down the route of let's try and introduce him to as many new foods as possible and take a more long-term view to try and get the vitamins and the protein into him, rather than potentially making all sorts of problems appear by doing this. We've tried it for 5 days now, and it's that first night that I filmed that you saw, which I'll try and remember to link to, but that first night was by far the easiest it's been, and you saw it was like that night, and it's not good fun. So we'll go back to doing what we were doing before tomorrow, but we are going to leave things there for today's vlog. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us, subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs, and thank you very much for watching.